Do you remember reading this story? It's called Families. And I hope you do, because we're going to talk about that today. So here we go. Let's read the story, Families. Families live together. Families play together. How are these families and your family the same? How are they the same? Do you live with your family? Do you live with your mom or dad or aunt or uncle or grandma or grandpa? Yeah, when I was your age, I lived with my family. I lived with my mom and dad. And when I was your age, I played with my family members too. Here, these two are playing the harmonica. I played the piano with my grandma. It was a lot of fun. And if I had a brother or a sister, I would have played with them. All right, let's keep going. Families work together. Families can be big or small. All right, now, this picture up here, the bigger one on page 39, shows this couple and all of their children and grandchildren. And that is a big family. Can you point to the grandparents in this picture? Can you find the grandparents in this picture? Oh, if you're pointing right here at this lady and this man, you're right. They're the grandparents. This is Grandpa and that is Grandma. All right? Let's continue. Families celebrate the old and the new. Let's stop there. Now, I want you to look at this sentence and think, why is this F in families capitalized? That's right, because it's at the beginning of the sentence. And when a word is at the beginning of the sentence, the very first letter in that word is capitalized or made bigger. So we have a capital F in families because it's the beginning of a new sentence. Alright, now, can you point to the words as I read them? So point to the words as I read them. So as I read, you're going to point to each word that I read, okay? Let's go, ready? Families celebrate the old and the new. Alright, let's see if you got it right. Families celebrate the old and the new. Alright, what does your family do? Alright, good job. Now, let's work on summarizing here a little bit. So, in this story, families, let's just say one thing. I want you to think of one thing that you learned from reading this section. Remember that summarizing you're supposed to summarize using complete sentences. So you shouldn't just say families are big. I mean, that's a sentence, but we want to make it a good sentence. So you want to say something like, I learned that families can be big and small. Alright, let's continue on here. Now, we're going to read another story, and this story we've already read too. It's Which Would You Choose? Alright, and let's go ahead. And I want you to get in your head what this story was about. Think in your head. Alright, now, I want you to predict or infer. Alright, now how does the cover help you predict what this section is going to be about? How does the cover, this part right here that we're looking at right now, how does that help you know or predict what this little story is going to be about? Well, I know the title is Which Would You Choose? So we have to make, it's asking me a question. I see the question mark here at the end, so it's a question, and I need to think, which would I choose? would I choose? Oh, well, there's pictures on here. There's some shoes, couple different types of shoes, gloves. Which would I choose? Which would you choose? Well, I think that this story is going to be about what kind of clothes I would choose, because I see clothing on here and it is asking me which would you choose. So I think it's going to ask me what kind of clothes I would choose. All right, let's go ahead and let's read. So, Mom needs her gloves to do something she loves. Which should she choose? Now, what clues tell you that Mom likes to garden? What clues tell you that Mom likes to garden? Yeah, she's out in the garden. She's surrounded by plants. She has a watering bucket. All right, and well, if you had to choose, would she wear baseball gloves? Would she wear mittens, or would she wear these type of dirt protecting gloves? Point to what she would choose. Very good. She would choose these gardening gloves right here. All right, let's move on to the next page. Dad needs his sweater to make him feel better. Which should he choose? Now, it says right here, Dad needs his sweater to make him feel better. Can you find the sweater on this page? Can you point to it? Yeah, the sweater's right here. Good job. Gloves and sweaters, socks and shoes. Which do you like? Which would you choose? And those are just some questions. Point to what you would choose to wear right now. I would choose to wear a sweater and these boots because it's cold outside and I have to work outside during this time of year to do the leaves. Alright, so let's continue on. Now we've completed our reading for the day. Alright, and now we're going to talk about signs. Remember how we talked about signs, and we talked about signs that we would see at our house, signs that we would see at at a store, at signs we would see at school. All right, we talked about bathroom signs and stop signs and pull and push signs and bathroom signs, so you know that you are going into the boys' room or the girls' room. All right, and well, you're going to get a chance to make your own sign today. All right, and I decided to make mine about something I see at home. And it might be, you can choose to do whatever kind of sign you would like to do. I made mine for something at home. And I made mine to be the hot and cold, the part of my shower that I turn. I turn these knobs in my shower and it turns on hot water and cold water. And I turn them and it makes this water that comes out of the spigot just the right temperature that I am so comfy when I get a shower or bath at night. Okay? So, first thing I need you to do is put your name on this piece of white paper. Okay, put your name on the white paper. Remember, we're holding it so the long side is facing your tummy. Alright? Then you need to draw a picture of something that you would need to have a sign to see. Alright? And then go ahead and label your sign. Okay, so you have to put words on your sign. You might need mom or dad or grandma or grandpa or someone at home that knows how to spell to help you, and that's okay. All right, while you're working, have someone take a picture of you working and take a picture of your final product and submit it below. All right, do your best work. Remember, color in little circles to help you be able to stay inside your drawing lines. All right, good job. I can't wait to see your work.